Samastanku Namaskar, esteemed Development Commissioner and ACS Madam. I am privileged to be sitting next to her and also literally having her by our side because she has been always very encouraging and inspiring. Our organizer, Sri Jagadanand sir, an influencer when in our formative age, when as an administrators, in especially development sector. Mr. Muniraju, my old colleague from Delhi Times, and all the dignitaries who are available here and participating in this. It's an honor to be here. Big compliments to CYST and the entire team for organizing such great event. I am thankful for two reasons. One, calling us and presenting all the details. Maybe we'll have a very good document which will give some insight. Sometime back, nowadays we have been hearing about demographic dividend and where do we stand, and India is in a sweet spot where we can take off and we are best in the world, and I mean all these things are good. But let us also understand a global trend a bit. So when we say that the demography, of course, which describes our population and advantage, I need not go into the statistics. All of you know that how young we are and how some, I mean, like if you see the pyramid, then we are having a very comfortable middle age, that is working group, working population, which is quite huge, and like for one age person, there will be maybe 4 working people who will be supporting them. So we are in that good phase. But whether demography and development are interrelated, let us ask this question. I mean, many academicians or academia is also here. It's very inconclusive. If you are only focusing that, okay, demography is going to give us a development, and with that we are going to address all our problems, it is not true. We need to focus on some of the issues which are very, very critical. As it was told here, whether it is climate change, whether it is of the income disparity, whether it is only the fertility issue or reducing the mortality issue. Of course, there is, I mean, after a lot of discussions and deliberations, now there is a consensus that development is important, focus on growth. For whatever is required for the growth, please do that. And growth is not only the economic growth. Again, it's a multidimensional. It's a process where various other aspects have to be brought in. Whether it is just a commodity output or GDP, no, we have realized long back that it is not so. So at the end of the day, the consensus is that focus on development. Development is the best contraceptive. Development is the best way to take the people in a better living way, provide the living conditions. Or development is a good way where we can bring the dignity, give them the institutional support, and also give them the choices. All these things happen with the development. So we have to focus on what we need to do. There are many aspects, I will not get into it. So again, this development, how we have to do the development, again it comes. Whether it is going to be dividend or disaster, it happens how we are utilizing this young youth population who are expecting us to do better in our development aspect to me. So if you see in the Odisha context, that too when we are thinking of 2036, where Odisha is going to complete 100 years, which is a centenary. It's a huge responsibility for us. If you see, if you want me to see in the give a perspective for it, we have, even in the record of yours, I was just going through having a glance, maybe in next 5 years we have to skill around 6 million youth. That is what we are looking at. Even to retain the existing employment rate, that is what the number is. So it is a huge task. How Odisha government is going to do? And as all of you know that there is a lot of emphasis on the skilling. If you see one of the most dominant or the stellar building in Bhubaneswar is something which is a World Skill Center, which shows that. I mean, I think it symbolizes how much Odisha feels about the skilling. I mean, the entire building was repurposed and it was earmarked for the skilling. So that is where the focus has been there. We have a strategy. I'll just very briefly discuss. If you see the socio-economic pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid who are there, they require skilling. They can't wait for very long period. Who are they? What we call NEET, not NEET examination of your medical, not in education, employment or training. So these are the people whom we have to provide very short-term training program. Otherwise, they are going to the workforce. And it is said that some of the reports say that 77% of the employers say that we don't have a skilled manpower. And whatever we have, around 77% are not suitable for the job role which they have to be there. Whereas from the youth lot, if you do, even not only at Odisha level, even Odisha is much higher, but even in the national level, only 3.5 or 4% is the maximum youth who get the skilling, actually skilling for their job. So there is a huge gap. So at this bottom of level, we see that short-term training programs have to be taken up. Lot of training programs, whether it is related to our industries, where the mining jobs, drivers, conductors, or any of that, apparel business. Lot of girls who are coming out of the school or who are not in school, they're in the school. So it doesn't require too much of education or technical education for them to get there. So very quickly, we can complete that short-term training program and put them in the workforce with proper skilling. Somebody was thinking of a migration. So it has to be like, it cannot be exploitative migration or distress migration. It has to be aspirational migration, whether we can bring them to have the aspirational migration. There will be around 20 lakhs children or students coming out every year. So this is where we focus and we'll try to address. And this, whatever 3 lakhs figure, we need to achieve very soon in next 3 to 5 years. That is what we are looking, so that whatever are the students coming in the workforce, they will be trained. And of course, we have something backlog which need to be addressed. So I will not be saying further, but a lot of success stories or Odisha's journey. It's always fascinating to hear from Development Commissioner. So I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity and hearing us patiently. I wanted to that. So industries have to, they can't soft pedal only on something nutritional and food and we do something here and there. They have a core responsibility of providing the employment to the local youth. So this need to be addressed, and it is not that it is, our students are not, or our youth are not talented. If you have any issues, that's why we are working as an intermediary in between. And the Nuva Odisha scheme which has come up, it is with all the agility. You can think of having the training within your organization. You can train them within the organization and recruit them, train them and absorb them. So this is where we would like to seek the cooperation from the platform here, because they have been working. In fact, they are the intermediary between this society, industry and the government. So I request that earlier request of mine, having the apprenticeship, on-job training, and these are very, very important things which will bring that confidence among the youth. Why we want to send them out when there is a job inside? That is first priority. Of course, as I said, that it is aspirational. After beyond that, if they want to go, they can go. No problem about it. But the opportunities within the state has to be completely utilized, and that can be utilized with little bit of innovative way of dealing with the local population or community, and it is possible. Thanks once again. Vande Utkala.